high dynamic range on a dash camera, why you want it, and what to look for. I'm Ben from Safe Drive Solutions, your dash cam specialists. So today we're going to talk about high dynamic range. We're going to show you 4 different dash cameras that are all 2K 1440p resolution. All 4 units have high dynamic range, and you're going to want to watch this one because, believe it or not, the most expensive unit performed the worst, and we have video evidence to prove it. So, needless to say, gonna get a little geeky here. What is high dynamic range? So, high dynamic range is a post-processing method used in imaging and photography for adding more dynamic range, ratio of light and dark, in a photograph in order to mimic what a human eye can see. The human eye can see details even if the scene has both light and dark areas, whereas a camera will often have a large contrast between these areas, resulting in darker, shadowy areas having less detail because it would be mainly dark. HDR mimics how our eyes perceive the dynamic range by giving more detail to dark areas. This is done by merging photos of the same subject taken with different exposures. So, to get away from the geeky stuff, real HDR is installed to remove light blurring when driving, and it shows clear recording quality in various lighting conditions such as backlight and tunnels. So, if you notice, a lot of my competitors that put out videos always record their videos when there's overcast. They don't typically go through any tunnels and show you how they work when going through tunnels. And the reason why I always do the tunnel test is because it shows bright light to darker light to coming out of the tunnel into bright light again. So I always like to test the Cassiar Tunnel, which is in Vancouver, or the Richmond Tunnel, because that shows the performance of that dash camera when changing from various lighting. So, on with the test. We're going to show you all 4 dash cameras, how they performed, and let's dive right in. So let's proceed with the tests. First one is the iRoad X11, and as you can see, it comes out of the tunnel nice and clean. This is brand X, as we'll call it, and you see how blurry it is coming right out of the tunnel. This is the Viofo A119 Mini, nice and clear, and the Viofo A229, nice and clear as well. So let's slow it down for you to show you what we were seeing. So now we're going to show you what the iRoad X11 looked like coming out of the tunnel. So you can see how clear it is, and it adjusts the light very quickly. And then now we're going to show you brand X. And like we said, brand X is a $600 retail dash camera. And if you take a look at how it's completely blurred. It takes a long while to adjust. And then we go look at now the Viofo A119 Mini and take a look at just how quickly it adjusts to the changes in lighting going from the tunnel to outside. And then last, the Viofo A229. Like I said, just take a look and see how quickly it is. The whole point of high dynamic range, like we already said here, is to remove light blurring when driving, and we want it to show clear recording quality in various lighting conditions such as backlight and tunnels. So if you are driving and you go from bright light to turning, and let's say you're no longer having the sun shining at your dash camera, how is your dash camera adjusting to all those various different lights? So this is an important test. And if a manufacturer is not willing to show how their dash camera actually responds in these lighting, I would actually question whether or not their HDR even works. Because anybody can put HDR on there, say that they have high dynamic range or wide dynamic range or whatever they want to call it, but if it doesn't perform and they can't prove that it performs the way it should, I would want to question that. Anyways, I'm Ben with Safe Drive Solutions, and we basically tested this completely uncompromised. All 4 units were completely installed in my vehicle. We all at the same time, all driving at the same time. We didn't edit the videos. They're all full 2560 by 1440p. We wanted to make sure to be 100% authentic. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we just wanted to be as transparent as possible. Now, if you do have any questions, feel free to leave comments down below. If you loved this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks a lot.